certainly seemed to cost him a chance for the win. Mansell, fine charging race, just as we'd expect, but very unlucky. The Ferrari always looked as if he'd let him down, so it was smoking right from the start of the race, and a pity we lost it.
Riccardo Patrese comes out of the last corner on the last lap, waves his fist in joy, as well he might, because he has won his third Grand Prix in his long career. Gerhard Berger second, and look how close the third and fourth are. Another lap and we might have had a change there, but there wasn't another lap, and so the San Marino Grand Prix of 1990 has been won by the third different car and driver combination in 3 races, and that is what Grand Prix racing needs. A brilliant victory then in the San Marino Grand Prix for Riccardo Patrese from Gerhard Berger, with Alessandro Nannini in third position, Alain Prost fourth, Nelson Piquet fifth, and Jean Alesi sixth. So Ayrton Senna still leads the World Championship, but now by just 1 point ahead of Gerhard Berger and Alain Prost, tying for second. Fourth position, thanks to his win here, Riccardo Patrese. And in fifth place, Jean Alesi, ahead of Nelson Piquet and Thierry Boutsen. In the Constructors' Championship, McLaren still lead by 10 points, but now there's a tie for second position between Williams and Ferrari. In fourth place, Benetton, and in fifth, Tyrrell.
I saved a little bit the car at the beginning because I didn't have a fantastic start, and 20 laps to go I started to push very hard, and the car was responding very well. Mainly the brakes, that was the main concern before the race. They were fantastic. And so I could really push hard and brake very late. I think everything went perfect. I mean, the tactic that I chose, I think it was a good one.
I was nice in the lead. Then Nigel was coming. He was very quick. I saw him. I look in the mirror before the corner in the Tamburello, and I thought he will pass me in the end of the straight, and then suddenly I saw on the left side his nose. And I go on the right, but it was already too late, and he spin off because he was, I think, with 2 wheels on the grass. It looks very bad, and I'm very sorry because I don't like situations like this.
So the San Marino Grand Prix saw a new driver and car combination winning the third race. Who is going to win in Monaco in 2 weeks' time? Join us and see for yourselves by watching Grand Prix.
Grand Prix 90 magazine, the essential 92-page guide to the 1990 championship. Mansell and Prost, the exclusive interview, the world's top drivers talk tactics. Grand Prix 90 untangles the complex rules and regulations of Formula One and reports on track safety. Fit to drive? Find out how fit you need to be to drive Formula One and meet the voices behind the action as Murray Walker picks out his top 10 drivers of all time. Catch up with all the latest in Formula One and win the hottest hatchback in town in Grand Prix 90 magazine with a free pull-out wall chart. Out now.
And now on to tonight's film in the Moviedrome is introduced by Alex Cox.
One of the problems of working for small, independent film companies is that sometimes the funding for their small, independent films runs out in the middle and the film is never finished. Or if it is finished, The company goes bust and never brings it out. One of the problems of working for big, rich studios is that the studio may lavish lots of money on big, ambitious, intellectually stimulating artistic films and then just not like the finished product and refuse to bring it out. This is what happened to Brazil. Brazil was made in 1984 by Terry Gilliam. It's the film that 1984 wasn't and should have been. It has all the atmosphere and the preoccupations of Orwell's book, plus references to heavy metal comics, Eisenstein, and Mad. Gilliam said, when asked where the story took place, somewhere on the Los Angeles-Belfast border. It was also inspired by his experiences of a police riot in Los Angeles and by a visit to Port Talbot in Wales. Gilliam began his career as a cartoonist, but made his reputation as the inventor of the cutout animation on Monty Python's Flying Circus. In '72, he co-directed Monty Python and the Holy Grail, the first and funniest of the Python films. He then made Jabberwocky, which we saw last Moviedrome season, if you recall, and Time Bandits, which was a big international hit. Gilliam, like Stanley Kubrick, is an American filmmaker who resides in Britain. He's a highly skilled visualist. Batman was shot by Roger Pratt, who photographed Brazil for Gilliam. It looks identical, only not as good. Gilliam is also a skillful director of actors. How can this be, in one who comes not from the theatre, but from the drawing board? Gilliam's answer: you just cast the movie right, and then the actors do the work. Gilliam's contract with the large and nameless studio said that the film had to be a maximum of 2 hours and 5 minutes long. When he submitted a cut that was 2 hours and 11 minutes long, the sensitive executives announced that they were going to re-edit the film, take out the nasty and the naughty bits, and release it at a length of 90 minutes. This happens all the time in Hollywood. The same fate befell The Magnificent Ambersons, A Star is Born, Naked City, Red Badge of Courage, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and most of Sam Peckinpah's films. The same studio, when it couldn't figure out how to re-edit a film, would simply sit on it. This happened with Two Lane Blacktop, The Last Movie, and Rumblefish. Brazil didn't get a wide release in the USA, but Gilliam did manage to prevent them from re-editing his film. By going to war with the studio in the pages of Variety, Gilliam made the executives look stupid and won a Los Angeles Critics Award for himself and for his film. He called Brazil part 2 of a trilogy about the ages of man and the subordination of magic to realism, part 1 being Time Bandits and part 3 Baron Munchausen. The studio executives called Brazil interminable to sit through and unreleasable. Here are all 12,842 fantastic feet. Brazil.
Central Services. We do the work, you do the pleasure. Pleasure.
Hi there. I want to talk to you about ducts.